Here is everything you need to know about Rust Console Edition's newest updates. Now, Pedro wasn't lying when he said there was going to be a lot of content coming to Rust Console Edition over on October on the PTB and towards the end of October with the main branch. How this video is going to work is that I'm going to go in sections. So we've got new recoil, features, new monument, and patch notes. And with all of these sections, I'm going to post my opinions and the pros and cons of this after basically covering all of them. So new recoil, I'm going to show all the new weapons, I'm going to show all the new recoils for those weapons, and then I'm going to pose my pros and cons, so on and so forth with the other sections and topics. So people, the talk of the town is new recoil. How are you finding it? Let's have a little snoop around of what other people think. So over on McLovin Caleb's Discord, he said, now that we are seeing new recoil on console, do you still want the change? 127 people said no, 57 people said yes. I made 2 community polls over on my YouTube channel, and these were the following. So confirmed recoil on PTB 2nd of October will be similar to the one on PC, which then got delayed to the 3rd of October. Are you stoked for this? Or if you're not English and you don't know the lingo, stoked basically means are you happy, are you pumped, or are you hyped? So 78% people said let's go, 22% said I prefer the old recoil. So already the player base or the community base I've got compared to Caleb's, you can definitely see there's a vast majority over on his side saying no, I do not want it, and then the vast majority on my side are saying yeah, let's go. 13 hours ago I posted another community poll. This is when the recoil was released. Basically the same poll but with these sort of choices: prefer old recoil, love new recoil, and not sold on it yet. 19% said prefer the old recoil, 63% said love the new recoil, and 18% said not sold on it just yet. Right now, if you want to access the new recoil over on Rust Console Edition, you need to go to the public test branch version of the game, which you can download simply from your designated console store. I hope someone from Double 11 wakes up and thinks, yeah, I might need to put a holo sight on them, because public test branch I don't think has any holo sights on the aim trainings that I've been on. I've only been on 2, but there's been no holo sights, which I'm hoping that they can change very fast, because I need a damn holo sight. Before I show you the new recoil, we're just going to swiftly go through the new weapons that were added to the game. So 5 new weapons were added to Rust Console Edition. This is the handmade SMG, the high caliber revolver, and the SKS are obtainable through crafting, the minigun and military flamethrower, which can be looted from heavy scientists. Now we've got all the new weapons covered, let's take a look at the new recoil coming to Rust Console Edition that's now on the PTB. This is crouching and standing. I'm going to make a separate video actually talking in depth about the new recoil and my opinion on that, so stay tuned for that video. As for some new features, one most notably is head bob. This can be found in the settings menu on the specific section where it says HUD. You can turn on head bob. Pretty much it feels like you're playing Call of Duty where you're running and your head's bobbing when sprinting. Personally, don't use this. It feels as if you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, so turn that thing off. I'll put side by side comparison of what head bob on and off looks like for you here. Alongside with all the new features, we got a brand new ban wave. A lot of players were banned apparently, and people are going on about how there's a false ban issue going on as well. I've had people in my Discord straight after the ban wave saying my friend got banned. He wasn't cheating, but he was banned for third-party devices. So I don't know if these are manual bans or the anti-cheat is working its magic, and I don't know how many of these are legit, because personally, not going to take someone's word for it, because I've seen people be banned that were cheating and they still protest as if they were legit the whole time, which wasn't the case. I don't know what you guys make of that. Leave a comment down below as to how you feel about the anti-cheat and what's going on right now. Enough of the RECOIL talk, we'll talk about that in another video, but heading over to the newest monument for Rust Console Edition, and a welcome back to one of the oldest monuments that we've had, which is Military Tunnels. Military Tunnels was taken out at the start of New Gen, we just haven't seen it since, and I'm not really going to guess as to why it's been taken out, but all I know is that it wasn't that popular amongst the community, which is why they decided to take that specific monument out. Maybe it was just to replace for Junkyard, but they brought it back now, so we have Junkyard, Desert Military Base and Mill Tunnels, which has returned. But the Desert Military Base is the newest monument that has been added to Rust Console Edition and is easily one of the most exciting ones, especially for those players who love PvP and high tier loot runs. So located deep in the desert biome, this monument features a full military compound layout with watchtowers, tents, sealed off areas that are protected by scientists. This is kind of like Airfield. It really does bring back the old feel of Airfield when I first saw that monument in game when I first started playing in 2021. So it was really cool to see that there's definitely some similarities with that monument. I don't think it's going to be a real huge PvP monument because of the scientists, but who knows, because Oil Rig is PvP run. So hopefully it, translates to the Desert Military Base and we get a lot of content from that. So the biggest highlight for this is the MLRS, so the Multiple Launch Rocket System. It's a powerful vehicle mounted rocket launcher that lets players strike enemy bases from a distance using the MLRS rockets. If you're a new player to this monument, here's what you need to know as one of those new players. So AI scientists patrol the area, so bring decent gear and meds before pushing in. Military crates and elite loot can spawn there, making it top tier loot zone. You'll need an MLRS aiming module and rockets to actually use the MLRS system. The monument is fully explorable and great for finding components, weapons and high grade materials, but you can also expect heavy PvP. This is a hot spot for geared players and clans over on PC. But in short, the Desert Military Base monument is where the mid to late game really starts. If you're trying to level up your loot game or pull off massive raids with the MLRS strikes, this monument is a must visit. If you've already visited this monument, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below. If you're not in the PTB Discord, they had a change log that was issuing patch 1.70. This is not currently on the website, this is just purely for the PTB. I'll leave screenshots of the known issues added, gameplay, visual, UI and the audio stuff for you here for a minute. Apart from that, that is basically everything to cover really in under 10 minutes for the new update coming to Rust Console. It's changing Rust Console forever. We have a new monument, Military Tunnels is back. The one thing I want to talk about, I don't think those maps, I'll actually double check now. So the maps over on PTB haven't budged, they're still 3.5, so they're obviously still being tested and hopefully that is good. The testing phase is going well, but we still have 3.5. Very surprised by this because you look on this map and there is just text everywhere. The monuments seem like they're overlaying each other, but they've been able to put all of these monuments within this map size. So good on them. But aside from that, that is basically all the updates for Rust Console Edition. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and comment down below what your favorite thing is of this update. This truly is, like I said, going to change Rust Console Edition and how it's played, not just PvP wise, but obviously running monuments and trying to get to the top tier loot as soon as possible within the game. Subscribe if you're new around here and want to be kept up to date with all things Rust Console. This is the channel just for that. Subscribe to my second channel, which is CNQR Toxic 2, where I basically talk things with no filter, so it's just purely my opinion. And follow my TikTok in the description as well, which is just at CNQR Toxic. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.